Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to our Moonday Live today. I'm laughing because I just got this little notice pop up saying that now with YouTube I can put someone into like a timeout on a live. So I just thought that was really funny. You better all behave yourselves. I'm, as the mother, I can put you in timeout. Anyway, it's ridiculous. What's this world that we live in? Okay, well, shall we begin? I'm just going to open this up here. I was dropping my kid off at a party. They're having a wonderful princess party today for her friend's birthday. And I thought that was cute. You know, they're dressed up in their like princess outfits and doing their thing. So yeah, just really adorable. Oh, the life we live, you know. I just posted about this actually on Instagram about the idea of like living a sense of freedom and tapping into this energy of freedom. I was walking and saw like a peregrine falcon, peregrine, what it's called. And those I don't usually you don't usually see those, at least in my experience here. But it looks like they're quite common in Alberta. Um, and had me just really thinking about how do we live the life that we wish to live and be who it is we wish to be, you know, do the things we want to do. And this kind of stemmed from a conversation with my kid as we were walking in the morning, just around you know, she's like, oh, like, do you have to work today? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm like making some videos, have the YouTube live, and gonna spend some time writing. She's like, well, no, mom, like, work. And it's interesting, you know, at such a young age, how we get drawn into this belief system from society about that. So, you know, as we go into this Moonday Live, where we, you know, we'll tap into the collective energy for the week of September 25th to October 1st of this year. I'll pull some cards and stuff, and we'll go into that and do a bit of a meditation. But like as we're connecting to the energy of the week, I want to invite you to really ask yourself, what does freedom represent, and what does that mean for you, and how do you like live it? You know, is that you dressing up? Like they're gonna have a princess come to this party, someone that's being paid money to come dressed up as a princess of some form, like Disney character. And I'm kind of sad I'm gonna miss this. And this is their job, right? What is it that you want to be? What is it you want to create? How do you live it? And what I was posting is like the need for patience around that. And that's kind of what the Peregrine Falcon is about. I was reading a bit about the spiritual meaning of this animal. And the Peregrine Falcon will patiently watch and observe and be aware of how it is being in its environmental space before it actually goes for what it's going to eat, or, you know, its prey. So where is it that you can create more freedom by taking that patient moment to just be yourself and express yourself and engage in the reality you would like to, in your physical reality, with what you have available to you at this moment? Because maybe you want to be over there, but you're like here, right? Like it all exists at once, but there's some, like, it seems like there's a gap. It's like, okay, there needs to be patience. And what about that seems to be over there actually is just waiting for you to like tap into it now? So whatever that is. So I'm just going to pull one of these vitriolic cards, tarot cards. Really like these cards. I'm going to see what this is as it guides us through to a bit of our breath work for today. And then after the collective reading, if you would like a card or anything pulled, you can let me know in the comments and we'll go through the folks who are interested there. Ooh, this one. Sulfur. Okay. I'm just feeling a very mercurial energy for whatever reason. Yeah, that Mercury energy. Even though today is the moon day, Wednesday usually relates to Mercury. You can tie all of this in. So just inviting you to have your eyes in a place that's positioned comfortably for you, whether they're open or closed or some way between. And just noticing your breath as we all center ourselves here with feet flat on the floor or legs stretched out straight, not crossing. And as your breath deepens and you begin to draw in that energy of the sulfur and mercury, that transformative energy, you can imagine breathing in that black, the color, knowing that from blackness can birth new life. It's like the womb is black, it's dark, it's void seeming, and yet some life comes forth. So just noticing that darkness, the potential for life. I'm just going to send you that energy. And as you continue to breathe, a deepening of that relaxation so that you can hear the messages that want to be heard today by you. Sulfur is the soul, it says. The oil that is yielded from pressure, the unique expressible self. It's connected to the sun, the heart, air, and fire elements. And however it is that Mercury wishes to be pulled in here too, we just call for that energy today. The energy of that magician, of Hermes, Thoth, thrice great. For the wisdom and the words that each individual here may need to hear. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes to return. And we'll pull some cards for the collective. So for this week, the 25th of September to October 1st, what messages do you have for us, Spirit, for the collective? So we have the Six of Wands. This person riding celebratory on a horse covered in green. Lots of green, lots of wreath. The wreaths on the head of the rider, wreaths on the wand, wreaths on other folks that are there. We have lots of major arcana cards, which is interesting. Then we have the star. So I'll show you these. You know, that Aquarius energy, which I believe Aquarius. Yes, pretty sure. The pouring of life in a way. Oh, been sitting with this card, the star, you know, and Aleister Crowley's concept of, you know, he references how Zadi is not the star. The Hebrew letter Zadi usually associated, or the fish hook usually associated with this card, he says was not. So what is the star? What is the wish? What are we drawing in, kind of? And then we have the Hierophant. Hey, Andrew. Yeah, nice to have you here. And this was actually in reverse, and I kind of had left this one in reverse, which is interesting. I'm just kind of like sitting with this concept of the structure, okay? So what is the structure? How is structure adding or not adding to what it is that you wish to create in your life, that horse that you're kind of choosing to want to ride on? In terms of, like, you know, 6 being, it's like we've overcome kind of this hump of the challenges, you know. So what is it? I'm again mentioning that concept of what we want to create, bringing it forward. This is funny, I'm laughing because I always get Temperance and the Star kind of like mixed up. The two, to me, the two are like the same, and this was at the bottom of the deck, and right beneath it is the Hangman. Oh my gosh. And then we have the Fool and we have the High Priestess energy. Okay. So something about the beginning of these journeys that we are taking. I mean, if you did not see, we had just this equinox, fall equinox. There seems to be something new showing up, and we are being asked to be intuitively led there this week. Something about both of these cards, you know, it's basically like this mirroring aspect of the structure. Both of these beings, one feminine and one masculine, are in the place of like, dare I say like organized religion or spirituality, in a place of the form within the non-formed movement of spirit. They're both between the pillars, right, on both sides. The one being has these two like adepts kind of at his feet, whereas the other one's just there in the moon. So the need for connection and the need for separation here kind of being balanced. And I'm going to say maybe perhaps still there's a bit of that need for the separation, especially if there have been things where being around others is causing a bit of dogmatic view or thinking, because there's something new coming out that wants to free you so that you can really align more with your work, your great work, with those wishes of the star. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, let's pick it up. Star. So we got the star again, number 17. Oh, fancy, double star energy. I'm going to actually look at the book for this one. Let's see what it has to say. And I'm going to hold this for you, hopefully, if I can. Star. Oh, is this the right star? I think it is. Dark purple sigil. Richness, power, inspiration. This is the sigil here. Your sigil is basically a symbol that is made, some are made using a variety of different like legends that you would then overlay your paper and draw, or sometimes it's just made intuitively. So the icon at the top there, we have the wind rose, direction, guidance, hope, relief, and insight. And it's calling on time, which is funny. I just bought a bunch of time yesterday. Made some soup with time. As I'm doing it, I'm like, am I overdoing this? But time, self-love, and immune support. Builds courage. Oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Builds courage and strength, energy and motivation for an upgrade in the body. So something is upgrading right now for each of us. Physically, if you're sick, something's going on, you're clearing something. Just see this as the upgrade towards your goals. Again, the star energy is like duplicated here. And then I love the thing about this deck, vitriolic deck, is it's about like the Fool, the journey of the Fool around. And as we have the Fool here, we'll just read this line for the star in the book. The Fool learns that rebuilding is always possible if hope and faith are maintained within. Once the outdated structure of existence has been destroyed, something more suitable can be built in its place. So I talked about that, how something about this card, Hierophant being in reverse, something about the structure and the dogmatic view is kind of like not so much needed. And it's basically saying like, go within, okay? So redirecting your attention through that wind rose directional compass of what is it that you want? What is it that your stars you're wishing on? What's the brightest star as well? Not just all the stars. You know, what's the one that's going to bring you that most like glorious moment that it's going to be easy for you to want to ride and take on the action that needs to come with that. Okay. So let's pick a chakra card. Let's maybe do that one because it's definitely jumping up. We have, and it's orange. So with the star card that had orange, we have service and we have impartiality. Okay. So the service card. So maybe some of you right now aren't really sure like how or what you're supposed to be spending your time doing. I guess the question is how can you be of service more in your community, in the places that you are working or you find yourself every day. And it can be as simple as just being present with someone as is seen in this figure, right? Like Because I'll just say here too with that is you're not alone. Like when we can connect in that place of service, like spirit moves through us, guides and other beings can be present, and that ultimately, that energy is what is wanting to come through. It has nothing to do really with what we're doing. Okay. And then we have impartiality. We have this being covered in this veil of like energy, holding these two different cans of paint. Okay, one of one color and one of the other color. To me, it looks like a blue and almost like a reddish orange color. But look how beautiful this being is. It's like completely surrounded by this light. Has this wonderful, these wonderful like amethyst crystals at both wrists, at the third eye, and at the heart throat space, like high heart, I want to say. We have that lamp of Shem, even the lamp of God, kind of guiding the way. You know, there it's got her back. So this impartiality means that, like, whatever the service is, however it is that you wish to be in service, however it is that you're feeling like, maybe you got a couple different things on the go. Can you find a sense of impartiality to what those are? Not, you know, like she's holding both those paint cans in like balance. One's not higher than the other. Okay, so whatever that is, just calling in that energy of impartiality, because I think sometimes it's easy for us to want to judge one as better or worse than the other, something that we want to do or something we want to create. You know, if you're feeling pulled to either of them, maybe there's a reason for that. How can they create more balance by both being existing in your world? Okay, let's pull one of these cards. Is there anything else you want to say, Spirit, for this week? September 25th, October 1st. And we'll pull one of these. What are these called again? Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. Well-being. Oh, let me read the back or the front, whatever. Absolute well-being is the basis of my universe. And it says on the back, or the front, well-being is the basis of all that is. It flows to you and through you. You only have to allow it. Like the air you breathe, you only have to open, relax, and draw it into your being. I'm going to read that again. Well-being is the basis of all that is. It flows to you and through you. You only have to allow it. Like the air you breathe, you only have to open, relax, and draw it into your being. Just inviting everyone here to just take a deep breath in right now. Filling your lungs and exhaling. It's funny that just gonna close my window. Oh, these noise and things. Lovely. So, like the air you breathe, you only have to open. Well-being, you can breathe in well-being, you can breathe in positivity and alignment and the stuff that's going to add value. You know, and what if, same thing with the star energy, breathing in that star energy, that desire, that hope for your life, okay? And that it's like that, it's being supported and provided to you by Spirit. I feel like this is a huge part of, like, I don't know, just so much on my heart, especially the last year, is that like idea of just constantly being in receptivity of what Spirit wants for us and trusting that it's always being provided for, you know? Sometimes I feel like I'm a broken record or something around that, and I'm like, oh, why is this so much in my forefront? But again, being impartial to that, just recognizing that there must be some reason, you know? So I think that's it for the collective reading. If anyone would like a card or any cards pulled, you can let me know in the comments. I will do that. And yeah, what are you looking forward to this week the most? You know, where is it that Spirit wishes to guide you? Are you picking up on that? I'm hearing from a lot of people still that dream time is being pretty intense and um, intense, but also inspirational. I'm noticing that, I'm like receiving a lot of like creative ideas in the dream time. So my partner this morning, it's like, oh, like, okay, how do I continue to tap into that and trust what's showing up and take action? Hey, Deborah, Cheryl, pull you cards here. Um, and recognizing that in the dream, sometimes we're going to be called to do uncomfortable things. Like for me, it was get up like really early in the morning to go and pick up the bass and like write out whatever was coming up. Um, it's like, part of me wanted just to go back into bed, which I did initially. I recorded it on a voice recorder and then went back to bed. And then I was like, okay, no, that's like a half-ass way. I need to like see this through. And I'm glad I did because it led to some more stuff there. Woo. But yeah, what uncomfortability are you having to step through? So we'll pull some cards for you, Deborah. Woo. So yeah, if you're new here, my name's Fola. Again, we tap into all the fun, magical, altered state experiences. And during these Moonday Lives, we just tap into like the energy for the week and also do readings, personal readings for people. So if that's something that interests you and you're here, welcome. You can let me know if you would like a card pulled. Obviously, you can subscribe if you'd like to be notified in the future of videos and releases and all the other fun stuff. And then I'll share, like, I also host things off YouTube, obviously, in the city of Edmonton and also online. So this coming Saturday morning, we have our Ouroboros 713 gathering. That's something you can meet on Zoom and chat with us. There's a community of people. This is just kind of still in its infancy stages, but it's been fun gathering with folks and sharing about different kind of esoteric topics and tying it into our daily life so we can all step into our personal truths. And yeah, I enjoy that. So let's see here for Deborah. We got a few cards already. I'm just going to pull one more of these. We have the Ace of Cups, the Emperor, and the Knight of Cups. Lots of gray energy here. All this cup energy, the foundations of emotions. So something about the hands really having a place in terms of emotion here for you, Deborah. Oh, yeah, okay. We have the Hermit as well. And we have the Six of Swords. I'm going to pull a chakra card first before I start going into this. There's so much gray growth. And the heart. So yeah, there's a lot here for emotions. There's a lot of emotionality. And possibly something around like the masculine energy here, whether it's your father or a father kind of figure in the space that really is trying to like, it might be bringing up more emotion, but it's also trying to support with the emotion, if that's even possible, okay? So I'm just going to show you here these cards first. So the Ace of Cups, the Emperor, and the Knight of Cups. And with these cards, that gray energy, I believe gray is Hokmah on the Tree of Life, which is all related to wisdom, and it is the father. So there's something definitely coming down here from that father energy. And sometimes we can think that father energy is very intense and maybe severe, but it actually, that pillar, that side of the Tree of Life is this pillar of mercy. So once, like this king, this emperor, has to be merciful as well as rule with this like a authoritative or like, with a firm hand. If the knight is like, this or even this Ace of Cups, if it's not holding the cup in a firm sort of way, it's going to spill, right? And the emotions can spill even more, right? So there needs to be this sense of stability within the emotions, yes. And those emotions might play out in a way that like rule or order in a home or around you with relationship is necessary. Then we have the Hermit, and we have here the Six of Swords, okay? So it's almost like this guiding light, like spirit is guiding you, can be, and it can be much more of a guide when you go within, do meditation, or just spend a couple, like, moments by yourself in the morning, in the evening, whenever you can throughout the day, so that you can better be that guide for the rest of, here's this kind of like a family, I guess I want to say, depending on how you're perceiving it, but we definitely have like a mother and a son in the boat with this energy of this masculine, whether that is that same kind of masculine, kind of fathery energy that's trying to like help steer or guide in certain ways. Okay. Can you surrender and allow that? Because otherwise, I think there's like a lot of the thoughts and emotions of the past kind of trapping. That's those swords. And interestingly enough, this guy's holding this wand and is actually taking the action movement. And both of these actually have the wand, have a staff, something that's being able to provide a movement forward. Okay. You can imagine even in a meditation, they were like holding a staff or a wand, or if you have a stick. I have lots of these sticks in my house, but like just like wizard staff, like, or some form of a staff. You could go into the forest and find one and connect to that. Just imagine even connecting to the stability that can hold for you. Okay. Then we have here the growth card, the heart chakra. So again, the emotionality, if you're grieving the loss of what you thought could be, that's okay. We have here these like this blade of grass that's kind of translucent, and it's got an auric gold field around it. And I always perceive this as like, here are these other family members of grass and nature around outside of this door. And it's like a hospital door. It says emergency room at the top. And it's kind of like this blade is like dead, I guess we could say. It's in the afterworld, it's in the astral form, and it comes out of there and it's seeing all these sad, mournful family members. But remembering that what death is, what transitions are, what having to be letting go of something can actually represent this being. And we could see it as it's sad, it's neutral really, and it's emitting this gold energy around it. So how can you see that like instead of it being severe, how can you see it as a teaching, as growth, as potential for you and for others? That might take time though. It's never easy losing something or someone or having some idea like that. So then we have this card number 26. Moods are indicators of my emotional set points. And it says, when you continue to focus on any thought, it becomes increasingly easy to continue to focus on it because the law of attraction is making more thoughts like it available to you. And so, emotionally speaking, you are developing a mood, or you are achieving a habitual vibrational groove, so to speak, or a set point. So, take what you will with that. Some people, I kind of even struggle with the law of attraction, like, is everything we think of just going to be negative? Like, I don't know. But I really like this concept I listened to in a video of a guy talking about ways to kind of transition that. And so we can like see things, like the normal way we do it, or the way that we're trying to break out of is we can see things in our reality as the evidence of what's happening. So for instance, maybe it's like you have fights with your partner. It's like, okay, you're seeing you had a fight last night. You saw that you had a fight last week, blah, blah, blah. And so this evidence then impacts how you're feeling. It's like, oh, I feel maybe a little like upset about these fights. Like something's wrong here. And then from there, what happens is we start to create, by kind of confirmation bias, which is like basically tied to our nervous system, the same, more fights, more interactions that are negative or create more pain or upset sort of emotions inside of us. And so that cycle, this like mirror effect continues. what he's saying is, in order to break this and to step into like a new way of perceiving the reality, is to not start with that place of the evidence first, but rather to change your mood by noticing what's like more positive experiences. So, maybe like, the morning, the other day, you had an experience with your partner or someone that was much more positive. They were respectful, they listened to you, whatever the case might be. It's like, okay, I'm like, hey, look, we had like a great day yesterday. Oh, and you know what? We kind of had a great day this morning too. And then and you can feel it. Like I can feel the shift just thinking of those two energetically. Like one way, ugh, the other way, it's like, oh. Then from there, that confirmation bias the world and the reality around will start to create more of those experiences. And this is about us undoing kind of like the past. So this isn't to beat ourselves up around like, oh, I shouldn't have had those negative thoughts. Like we've all like done things in our past that weren't the best. And this is part of the learning. And so it's like, can you focus and draw upon yourself those remembrances of times or experiences that were much more positive? And you can apply this to anything in life, around money, around and maybe having a good time at your workplace or not. It's like if you hate your job, how about instead of focusing on all the horrible things about it that you hate, it's like, well, what are the good things, right? Oh, I really enjoy like these, some of the coworkers where I get to engage and have these positive experiences and how we get to work together, like, versus the other things that might not be so positive. And then when we can focus on those parts of the experience that we want to create more of, it boosts our mood, it elevates our energy, and then more of those opportunities come in. And I'm saying this, and it's like I just kind of been able to connect these dots the other week, and then I forget about it, and then it's like coming back to it, and this is just a cycle of life. So however you are showing up in your life, moods are indicators of my emotional set point. So how is your mood reflecting? And then how is that showing up in your reality? And can you switch that by bringing up ideas and concepts of like things you want to see that elevate your mood and get you out of those ruts? And then you're on a new path. Something new gets to come in. And this is all just wisdom. Again, so much wisdom in these cards that were pulled for you, Deborah. So a lot of masculine wisdom that wants to come through. If someone's trying to reach out to you, talk to them. Still with boundaries is needed, but can you receive the wisdom of that space of Yah? So we're just going to call in that energy of Yah, of Chokmah. Yah. So yes, thank you. Okay. I see there's people here. So hello, folks. If you'd like a cards pulled. We all know there's never just one. You can let me know in the comments. And if not, we'll wrap up here soon. Oh, hi, Dora King. Nice to have you. Yeah, if you'd like a card, you can let me know. Maybe I need to start changing my time here, because it's funny, as soon as I'm like, I kind of want to go off, baby, more people come on. I guess this is how life is, isn't it? So yeah, if anyone else would like a card, you can let me know. I just wanted to talk a little bit too about what this looks like right now with, this with fall here now, with this full moon coming up, with the energy of like this new time. What around you wants to change? How do you want to show up? Okay. I'm definitely experiencing this and recognizing like, yeah, it's okay for me to like choose and be who I want to be. And how does that go down from like even to what I call myself, or how I dress, or how I exhibit myself. Exhibit, that's probably not the right word with that. That sounds very, but like portray myself out into the world. This is a new time, so you get to choose that. So let's get you some cards, Hurricane. We got the Page of Wands. Didn't you get this card last time? Ooh, lots of night energy. Knight, Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups came out again. Look at all this forward movement with these guys. I think it's backwards based on how you're seeing it, but it was like this. It was like the Page of Wands, the Knight of Discs, and the Knight of Cups. I like how the yellow is like kind of surrounded, you know, by all of this. So what is wanting to be done right now by you? There's something that wants to be done so that you don't have to be on your feet anymore. So it'll be easier, okay? I just want to like speak that because you're coming, you know, maybe you've been on the rough train, but you're coming now to places that it will be less, but like still have some more not more difficulties, but other difficulties, like new difficulties, new challenges for you to face, okay? This is part of your destiny. This is part of that like energetic blueprint of the divine, that you have the support of spirit, okay, to really march forward. And I'm kind of getting the sense a bit of like a stubbornness energy with here, something around your physical reality that like, you know, the reason I'm saying that is like this horse is just like complete standstill and this horse is trotting forward. Like it's like, let's go. Okay. So maybe it has to do with like your emotionality is like you emotionally are coming more to a place of wanting to move forward or move ahead, like forge ahead. And because you've done the work and you've done the work in other areas, but there's just something about the physical world that's like, it's like this disconnect, I want to say. And I wonder too how much of it, you know, like sometimes we, like with these spiritual beings here, one's got hands prayer position, the other one looks kind of pissed off, like arms crossed, you know, and these two are like talking. Like this I see as you, this polarity of the yin and yang is you. Like, oh, like what should we do? Should we do that? You know, and like the one guy's just like, okay, young grasshoppers, like so I don't know why I say grasshoppers. It kind of got like an Asian vibe to me, like you're like ninja teacher or something, martial arts teacher. Mr. Hayagi, is that, remember Mr. Miyagi or whatever from the Karate Kid? And then the other guy is just like, he has his arms crossed and he even has one leg or one foot kind of forward. Like, okay, can we go already? Like the portal's open. Can we go? What is it that you're still discussing? What are you still trying to arrange in the physical world that you like emotionally, which, you know, when we think about how the universe works or how energy moves, it moves from the more subtle layers first into the physical layers, okay? And so with those more subtle layers, spiritual, emotional, mental, it can take time for that stuff to adjust before it starts to show up in the physical reality. That's kind of what I'm talking about just earlier with that mirror effect, right? That's not the only way the energy can move though, because we here in the physical world have the ability to create that movement of energy in those more subtle layers by doing certain things like lighting a candle of a certain color or burning incense of a certain scent or connecting with a certain type of crystal, like a different colored crystal or whatever the case might be. This is part of like the correspondence of magic, you know, so a magician will enter into an astral space, one of the different realms, using certain types of crystals, or, you know, I say crystals, but really colors and tones of music and scents or fragrances. And that helps us to get into a certain vibratory state. So let's see what that might look like for you so that you can kind of move through, Joy King, move through whatever this is so that you can bring forward movement with the earth, with your physical reality. We have justice. I'm going to open up the card deck here. We'll pull out maybe to the fragrance scent that actually comes with this deck. But justice, Libra. The ox goat, which is interesting too, because it's about balance here, these two being in balance. So there's something, maybe there's something off here. It's still emotionally and physically not in balance. 11. So the color for the sigil here is green, gold, alertness, energy. The icon is the candle, which is truth, wisdom, and courage, light in the dark. And the essence is juniper berry, which brings the darker parts of the subconscious into the light, clears negative beliefs. The fool assesses beliefs and values, committing to a life that honors these assertions of personal truth. So I know we're not in the same space, but because, we are here quantumly connecting, quantum entanglement says that one happens to one molecule in one location when they are connected, which we have been connected and are connected, they will also mirror in that. So we're going to connect to that energy, the juniper berry, opening up the scent to support you with that alchemization. So just sending you that energy to help you with transmuting whatever that energy needs to be so that you can bring forth into the physical reality that balance and forward movement. The energy of Libra. The ox goad is that which goes across the ox's neck so that the farmland can be like toiled. It creates balance. Otherwise, we go one side here, one side there, and by the end, you're not going to get the farmland, And perfect time, I guess, interesting to talk about that because it's full moon, harvest moon coming up at the end of this week. Can be a great time. So I would invite you to, if you can, that juniper berry scent or some form like that. If it's a candle, getting the green candle, okay, burning it, sitting there and watching it. These are all different ways in which you can connect to that energy, Dora King. Okay. Anything else that needs to be said here? You can also imagine like the portal in this card as being that candle, okay, or vice versa. So as you look into the candlelight and your meditation, imagine it being a portal, okay? And it's going to help you because, yeah, you got a lot of power. I'm feeling the power because of the masculine authority here. Like you have authority. And what it is that you wish to create, and you're being guided. It's like your destiny. You're supposed to. So why continue to leave it unbalanced? Why keep leaning to one side when like here is more where you need to be, so that you can bring it all forward and manifest those desires for yourself. You can breathe that in. Okay, folks. Ooh. Well, let us do a little guided exercise here before we close. I don't think there's anyone else that is on here for a card. Appreciate you all, as always, tuning in. If you found this beneficial, you can check out the link below for donations. I'm always grateful for receiving those, and it supports me in doing what I'm doing, sharing and being this energy of creator here on this planet. So as you find yourself now in your comfortable spot, again, inviting you to just take a few deep breaths. Yeah, you're welcome, Dora King. Just relaxing the shoulders down. Maybe allowing your belly to really lift up on your next inhale and sighing it out on the exhale. Just letting go of anything that might be on your mind here. Maybe there's some hurt or some pains, anything that might be kind of causing rumination of thoughts. Just inviting you here to just release those now. You surrender that to spirit to transmute whatever that might be. We're going to call in that energy of that sulfur. Imagining a black sun in your heart space. And that black sun is radiating out. This might seem counterintuitive because usually the sun is nice and bright, but this black sun, let it just continue to expand. And as it continues to expand, you start to notice that even from that blackness comes a bright golden light emanating. Those light strands reaching out and expanding out past your physical body, out past your auric field. The two becomes one. It is all connected. And inside that black sun, like a scrying mirror, you see an image of something that is wanting to be shared with you. So allow yourself to receive whatever that message is. It might even just be an energetic message, something just felt inside your body. It's all welcome. Knowing you can tap into this at any time in the given day. Remembering that power that's within you. It's always been there. On your next inhale, just coming back to the body. With that, you can open your eyes, returning to the space. And so thanking each and every one of you for tuning in here today. Such a pleasure to have you. And yeah, hope to see you again in next week's Moonday Live. So Monday, we'll be tuning in most likely the same time. Maybe I'll mix it up. We'll see. See how I feel. And as I said, lots of cool things happening. On Saturday, we have the Ouroboros gathering on Zoom. You can sign up on my website, deepmindsquared.com, for that. And then on Tuesday next week, there is, that would be, I think, the 2nd of October, right? No, 2nd? 3rd? There is the pathworking. We will be starting with Malkut. So if you are curious about really, stepping into a place of transformation and connecting to your truth, I would invite you to come and join us. We're just beginning, and you can come at any time, and it will be recorded, sent out, so if you can't make it live, then that's totally okay too. And until next time, everyone, thanks for being here. Okay, take care.